San Antonio!
Hey, I think we were harmonized there.
I know, that was good. All Things San Antonio podcast, your host, favorite realtors, Brad Burns and
Ken Carter, how you doing? And we are special guest of
we are the special guest today.
Today's special guest is Brad. This is Brad's episode. Brad's going to lead it.
I'm coming in with high energy, high intensity. I'm going to tell my stories faster because people on TikTok say I tell them too slow.
I think I think the energy is rolling over from our big event. Let's talk about our big event that we just had.
I was super excited with that one. I want to say we had
Why am I driving this conversation
250 people, because you're a great interviewer. We had 250 people come out.
I think there was at least 250 people. I know I cooked at least that many hot dogs.
It was more than that, because we had 240, and then we ended up with about 20, 30 left.
I think what I think is the best thing about it is, so this is our big fall event. Like, we had face painting there. We made some great pumpkins and everything.
Those balloon animals were really cool.
The balloon animals were great. But it got picked up by like our little real estate team, not little, but little enough. On Google picked it up and advertised it just organically as well.
So I thought it was a little more random.
Yeah.
Apparently the brains behind the whole operation figured out how to get it up there. Yeah.
I thought it was
so
random
she got it posted on Google somehow, like on our business page, and then it got picked up for events.
Nice.
And then Case at the news station here picks up the events from Google and puts it out there.
Yeah.
So we did like a little planning lunch thing yesterday.
But let's back that up a little bit. Because of all that, Idea Schools came out.
Mm-hmm.
And
KIPP Academy was there too. They just didn't set up a table. They walked around.
Which was great. I know that Ideas, they got a lot of information out to a lot of people and stuff like that. So that's, impacting the community.
Yeah.
We're doing big things.
Ultimately, that's the goal. And we had a plan, it was a great turnout, 200-something people. Got to talk to a lot of people, met a lot of new people.
It was surprising how many new people came out there.
I think that's one thing that us as a team probably dropped the ball on a little bit. We probably could have talked to people a little bit more because there was a lot of new people there.
Well,
and I think a lot of people missed opportunities.
I think the best way that we can fix that is have a different system set up to provide food for the people attending.
Yeah, no.
Because
that's a big one.
We dropped the ball a little bit on that. And I'm going to put this out here right now is I want to cook for the next event. I want to bring my pit out. I want to barbecue, chicken, sausage, whatever. I'll handle it. I got the food side of it.
So I think we might grow too quick for that.
No,
I definitely want to. So, for the Pictures with Santa coming up, I was talking to a couple people. I've been playing around on Google a little bit. What is one thing we don't get very often here in San Antonio?
Snow.
What if we had 10,000 pounds of snow for the Pictures with Santa event?
Oh, wow. That'd be awesome.
That's
how are we going to put that in the building?
It's not going to be. It's going to be in a parking lot.
Who's going to do that?
We're working on it.
If it doesn't happen, you didn't hear it.
Yeah, if
first.
it doesn't, yeah. So we're working on it. I've had some people commit to helping with it. So when you say
we grow too fast, like, what do you think I can't provide food for? I can provide food for at least 350 people I could serve.
So my goal for Easter.
We're talking about Christmas.
I know.
But what's your Easter?
My Easter goal, and we'll go back onto the Christmas one a little bit more. But the goal for the Easter event, I want 2,000 people.
2,000 people?
I want it. When I'm looking at it, I'm going to make it, and it sounds weird saying it, because I'm like, man, that's a lot of people.
You got to have drone coverage.
Helicopter egg drop, food trucks coming out.
I know that you've made some commitments to do the helicopter egg drop thing.
Yeah, so they're working on figuring out the logistics of it. Getting food trucks to come out, having our VIP clients.
Well, that's something we need to start doing. We need to start. If you're a food truck and want to spread information about your food truck, and your business, reach out. We'd love to have you on the podcast, and then just have a relationship, move forward, and
for sure. So looking at doing that, getting schools to come set up, other booths to come set up.
I love the schools coming out.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
especially now that I think schools are more than just geographic boundaries. You have options. Before, you didn't have the options of the charter schools, or the charter schools weren't great options. I went to charter school. I was a product of that.
We seen you read.
Yeah. I'm not a reader. I'm a breeder. So ultimately, being able to grow like that, I want 2,000 people at the next Easter event. I think we'll probably have to move up to the big park in the front.
Yeah.
And really make it a huge event.
That'd be fun.
We're having...
But we'd have to... If you're doing an egg drop, you can't do it there at MacArthur Park.
No, not MacArthur. I'm talking about the Comanche Park where we do the other ones.
Oh, okay.
So there's the big one up front. And there's a baseball field. So my vision of it is have everybody off the baseball field while they do the egg drop. And then, like, drop the rope and, like, everybody rush in. Yeah. You
don't want the eggs to drop on their head?
No. Kids are a little soft nowadays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's kind of my vision for that. I really want snow at Christmas. Looking at about 10,000 pounds of snow. They can do a ice slide, too. And that's like $1,000 more. So, I don't know. We'll see. Definitely looking at getting the snow in.
It's better than just Pictures of Santa.
And I don't know that we'll do like a big food event for the Pictures of Santa because it can kind of be in between lunch and dinner.
Those ones are always like everybody's here. They want to get the pictures and they usually are out Christmas shopping and
snacks, snow,
cookies and
little craft things.
Mexican hot chocolate.
Yeah,
not just hot chocolate.
Yeah, it has to be the abuelitas.
So
that's the plan for blowing that up.
That's cool.
I'm excited for that.
That's exciting.
So that's why I was like, I don't know if we can do like the barbecue.
I can't do 2,000.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, Ken, we might grow quicker than that. But I do want to get you out there on a barbecue, even if it's for like a team event or something like that.
Team event.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to eat my food. I got good food.
I think we can blow it up and turn it into a huge community event.
Yeah.
And the amount of business I think we can get from that.
Yeah. And it goes back to giving back.
Absolutely. I mean, for sure, leading with value, like giving something away, and it'll come back later.
Well, that goes back to like what I've said as far as real estate. If you're not on a team, like it's really hard to compete these days.
Yeah.
It's like to what a team can do compared to what an individual is out there doing. It's just if you really want to grow yourself in your business. But what's our next conversation? You're going to talk sports.
Yeah. So all things San Antonio sports. Spurs. Basketball season's coming up.
Yep.
Wemby and Chris Paul are supposed to debut today in the preseason.
Okay.
So when you're watching this, it's probably too late. They've already probably debuted.
Clip this. Happy anniversary, Mom and Dad.
Happy anniversary.
They got married in 1967. This is what's that? 57 years? Something like that?
Nice. Congratulations.
Stubborn. There's two stubborn people right there. No,
yeah. And had to put up with you and your brother?
My brother. Shout out to Joey.
But yeah.
Which, talking about sports, I've already told him, I think I want to do have him come on and talk mid-season Cowboys.
Well, we might need to get like 50-yard line tickets for the Super Bowl when the Cowboys make it so that we can come back and talk about.
Is that our 10-year goal?
So Spurs coming back. Wemby, CP3 debuting today.
Yeah.
Trey Jones just planted some roots a little bit further down here in San Antonio.
Over in Chavano Park?
Yeah, he just bought a $3 million house in Chavano Park. And
I like Chavano Park.
Yeah, Chavano Park is nice. That's that old money.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like with all of the HOA fees and stuff like that you have like at the Dominion and things like that, I would never...
Yeah. And he didn't buy something too big. It was only 6,700 square feet. It's only... 3 times.
That's think about like Chavano Park.
It's on an acre.
Well, that's what about. There's 43,000 square feet, 6,000. What's that? About 25% of the. It's not bad. I mean, that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Proper use of his land. Still got a lot of.
So we don't have the final sales price, but the house was listed in April for 3.9.
Well, it's a tough seller's market.
Yeah. So it might have been around 3.
That's what I was thinking. It might have been closer to 3. I've got some friends in Austin that they're selling their house and through a private listing and stuff like that, and they're moving farther downtown. And I'm really, really curious, like
what it's going to come out to be.
Yeah. They say it's a friend. It's my daughter's teammates' parents and stuff like that. So I don't want to get too into their ask them too many questions. But I'm like, so what do you like?
Like new teammates or teammates from high school?
No, this year, new teammates at Rice, which is currently ranked 30th in the RPI.
So they must not.
You know,
they must not know about you. They didn't hook you up with the listing.
They had a private listing.
Oh, okay. So they just didn't know yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can't blame them for that.
You can't blame me. I feel like you're trying to blame me.
So yeah, Ken. So back to blaming Ken on all things.
But you know what?
Podcast.
At the same time, like I don't think all realtors are good for everybody, and the way that they're looking to sell it with a private listing in the luxury market and stuff like that. Like I wouldn't have been a good rep.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I could have never sold their house for them. I'm okay with saying that.
So former CPS building. CPS
know.
Energy building.
Mm-hmm.
It's in foreclosure. So that's cool.
But they don't own it.
No, they got rid of it because they raised our prices and built this.
Well, did you see that we're about to link into the rest of the world or rest of the United States as far as the power grid?
Really?
Because Texas has its own power grid. We're about to start connecting to them to start getting more energy from the rest of the country as well. Be interesting. Energy is really interesting because right now, I don't know if you saw, I always go this direction. Microsoft made a huge purchase they bought 3 Mile Island. And
that's the nuclear spot.
That is the nuclear facility where they had the 3 Mile Island incident or whatever. They're gonna start it back up to use it to power their data centers that are powering their AI. Amazon and Google have also said they're going to start nuclear power facilities to power their AI. And the whole goal, if it all works out in 5 years, the AI is going to solve the rest of the power issues. So we don't have to worry about it.
What about all these hurricanes? Is it conspiracy theory? Like, are they man-made hurricanes?
Is it the lithium conspiracy? Are you talking about the lithium conspiracy?
I mean, I don't know lithium, but now Florida's getting wiped off the map.
But you heard the lithium? You don't hear the lithium?
Yeah.
That they directed them so they could get the lithium mines? Yeah.
And now I hear that...
This is the problem, Eric. Whenever we get like ridiculously crazy conspiracies, my posture changes. I'm like, this is so stupid.
Yeah. I mean,
and Brad's like, but you know.
Yeah. I mean, I hear the Democratic Party are sending all the hurricanes to Florida to get rid of all the Republican voters. I don't know. I mean, we've seen crazier things, Kobe.
I don't understand why people still live in Florida.
Yeah, they get hit. What is it? 2 weeks apart?
But it's all the time, and it's like if it's not hurricanes, it's other things that they're always happening. Like the insurance costs and everything. It's not worth it. I wouldn't.
You see banana balls coming to San Antonio?
What's banana ball?
You know, Savannah bananas?
The Savannah bananas are coming.
Yeah, so they're coming in 2025. In September of 2025, they're going to Wolf Stadium. Too bad we don't have a new stadium as of yet. I've heard they had to get some plans into the MLB.
So what's going on? Are we trying to if we build a stadium there, are we actually trying to get a major big league team, or are we trying to get AAA team, AA team? Because we have a AAA team now.
Mm-hmm.
Do we need to submit the plans because of them, or do we need to submit the plans because we're trying to get an MLB team?
So the Business Journal says as much as $1 billion in downtown development is at risk if San Antonio doesn't deliver a final stadium plan to the MLB.
It's funny.
It doesn't necessarily say what the goal is. They're thinking about a $160 million project to build the new one, which, I mean, I don't know how much baseball stadiums cost to build, but this is a lot less expensive than these football stadiums they're building.
There's a lot of land involved. They're just pure land.
So they had to have it in by October 8th. I guess that was yesterday. It's going to be about 2.5 acres.
To build a whole stadium? That's all the space that they need?
Well, yeah, I think parking is kind of something else, but...
Well, that's what we've talked about with Lorenzo, too. It's like, that's a whole other situationship that San Antonio has.
Well, aren't they tearing down the soap factory apartments, or didn't they get sold or something? Something to help save that one.
But they need to start I keep going back. I saw there's a video that Lorenzo shared with me where the guy talked about San Antonio, and like said, it's a city of instead of a city of skyscrapers, the cityscape is just parking garages. Yeah. We need to, I don't know, find a better. People bothering us. Don't they know that we're busy?
I know. That's just my wife texting me that I'm gonna get one of those new Ego lawnmowers.
The what?
The Ego lawnmower.
Ego?
Yeah, EGO.
Is it like electric gun?
It's electric. Is
this your baby step? Is this like the gateway drug to get to an electric vehicle? You get your electric
maybe. I mean, I bought a lawnmower from a person that we bought an investment property for $30, and it broke. I was like, man, I don't want to go back to paying somebody to cut the yard. So I figure with the self-propelled...
Esau can cut you.
Yeah, but he charges. But I have a son, and self-propelled, I'm sure he can hold on to the thing.
Shh, he's too young.
Too young?
He's too young.
No, he'll be all right.
I'll call it CPS. He's what, 7? 8?
Somewhere in there.
That's too young to mow the yard.
How old do they need to be?
17?
17? I think that's about...
I'm moving into grandpa age.
It's electric.
I know. Well, it's not the blade isn't electric.
Yeah, it's powered by an electric motor. But the blade, I mean, it's so far on the bottom. Like, how do you...
that makes me nervous. I'm a worst case. I am always worried about the worst case scenarios and stuff like that.
Yeah, he'll survive.
You know,
he'll be all right.
I'm sure he will.
I mean, I'm sure it's hard to run yourself over with a lawnmower if you're behind it. I mean...
Sometimes you trim me out, man.
Why?
I think this is crazy. Like a 7-year-old, 8-year-old mowing a yard?
Yeah. I was driving a riding lawnmower when I was like that age.
I don't know. Maybe I wasn't. Maybe I'm sheltered, though.
I mean, I was the baby, but
it seems like
I didn't cut the grass very good. Like, I got in trouble for leaving all the patches.
You have a small yard.
Yeah, so it'd be all right. We had like an acre when I was young.
It'd be all right.
But yeah, it's different times. But he can cut the grass. But yeah, she just said that it was on sale and now it's an online sale only.
Do you know that Target got sued or they got in trouble because they were doing these online sales type stuff where like if you're looking on your app, it showed like a 15% discount and everything, and you drive up and everything in the parking lot shows 15%. As soon as you go inside, that goes away. Up. And it's just full price, and there's no discount because they want you to order online. Which, in the big scheme of thing, like if you don't have to have a big retail store and a bunch of employees doing all this, it makes sense to try to force that behavior.
But they have all this commercial real estate, like
they don't want to pay for it anymore. They get
but they're using it now. Like you better use it while you have it.
They're downsizing. It's all going to get to us to live. That's the problem that I have with all this is I like to shop in person.
So is everything going to be restaurants?
Eventually. Maybe. I don't know.
But you think about that.
But just drop ship your groceries.
Yeah, but a lot of people eat out. And like they already have DoorDash, but I think a lot of people are, I mean, I might be wrong, but I think a lot of people are moving away from DoorDash.
I can tell you that my kids, zillennials, millennials, whatever they are in their 20-somethings, they cook a lot at home. They cook almost all their meals, and they're very cost conscious because they don't want to spend they're in COVID and all that. Like they were door dashing the heck out.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, but they've kind of gone away from it. But they started getting into cooking.
Yeah, that's cool.
And like and nowadays you see all the recipes on Instagram, stuff like that. It's like, oh, I want to try it.
I stopped door dashing when my driver left his lighter in my cup holder.
Your lighter?
Like I ordered DoorDash, and he left his lighter in the cup holder. Like he delivered our drinks with the lighter in the middle of it.
I've never downloaded. I've never even had the app.
I got rid of it because it's everything's so much more expensive on it.
I'm way too cheap. You talk about you being cheap. Like I'm way too cheap to like order something and then pay $10 and then tip when I can just go drive.
And it costs more. First it costs more, then you got to pay delivery. And you got to pay.
And I like eating in the car.
I don't even like taking food home to eat. Because it's cold by the time you get home.
Yeah.
Especially where I live in the traffic with that street. But
stupid traffic.
Stupid traffic.
Stupid construction.
They're gonna open it up one day.
Yeah. But anyways.
Yeah. All so right. San Antonio sports. So missions. We got Savannah Savannah baseball Bananas. Coming up.
The UTSA, there's a group. I don't know who all is in it. I can't remember what it's said. I think it was called like LCS or something like that. But the owner of the Cleveland Browns, they want to change NCAA, the Division I, the way the conferences are. I think they said like put 72, all the power schools or all that into one conference, and everybody else gets relegated, which would include UTSA, which is part of the American Athletic Conference.
Speaking of college football,
what do you got?
Shout out to Vanderbilt, huh?
Oh, shit.
Knocked off Bama.
Yes.
They took the goalpost and threw it in the river. I didn't realize Vanderbilt was in Nashville.
Yeah, well, now you know.
Yeah. And so I saw like the map. Apparently, it's supposed to be like a 50-minute walk from the stadium.
Yeah, like 2.5 miles.
Yeah, from the stadium to the river. The crowd
right
did
down
it.
Broadway. It's perfect that it's called Broadway too. That they're walking the goalpost.
The crowd did it with the goalpost in like 40 minutes.
So I don't know if you heard that after they got it out, they brought it back to the school, and they're cutting it up and selling the pieces to raise money for the NCAA fine to pay for the fine that they're going to get from the school.
Oh, that's a good idea. I mean,
hey, and people get a piece of history. Like, they're never going to beat Alabama
No,
again.
how often do you beat Alabama?
They will never beat Alabama again.
Alabama is a great NFL team. Hey, you know what I do like about Alabama? Is that 17-year-old receiver they have that's just balling on everybody.
Yeah.
But he broke history this last week.
What
He was the youngest person to lose to Vanderbilt. Or the youngest Alabama player to ever lose to Vanderbilt. I saw it on Instagram. Like,
that's probably not going to... That'll probably stand for all time, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
He's 17 balling out.
That's awesome. Take us home.
Yeah. Well, do us a favor. Hit that like and subscribe button. Remember, if you have a food truck or any other business in San Antonio, kind of reach out to us. We're always looking to highlight local businesses.
Send us a DM.
Yep. Slide in the DMs.
Ask Andrew Weissman from Big Juicy. Mr. Juicy. He hasn't even been on the show yet, which he said he would be, and he's already been named top Yelp reviewed or whatever, something. He just got an award just because we talk about him.
It's probably all of my posts that I do about it, and I have to like defend it.
You're welcome,
it's the best burger in San Antonio.
You're welcome.
Fight all my Facebook friends. So if you're one of my Facebook friends, Instagram friends, and
both of them
aren't admitting it,
both friends
admit it. All two of y'all.
All right.
Do us a favor, hit the like and subscribe. We'll see y'all later.
Bye.